Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Brakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, pushing this word truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, pushing this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like unto the speckled bird, pushing this word truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. And I say shalom to your Akim, and this is a sit-down lesson on this Shabbat, Thursday night, November the 11th, 2021. And I'm going to bring out, this is a quick sit-down lesson in the news article. And this is Israel will be destroyed if it makes any mistakes with with us, Iran warns. And this is from RT News from November the 11th, updated 14 hours ago. So yeah, this is recently. So, I'm gonna read the article. Any mistake Israel make against Iran will only Let me read that again. It says, any mistake Israel makes against Iran will only accelerate Tel Aviv's destruction. The commander of the Islamic Revolution Guard Corps Aerospace Force has threatened. He went on to claim that while Tel Aviv may start an altercation with the Islamic Republic, it will be Iran that ends it. It says, should Israel make any mistake in its dealings with Iran, Iran will only speed up its adoration of Brigadier General Amir Ali Hajadi warned. Reading on with the article, it says Iran launched fresh military drills last month, deploying its Army Air Force units, citing Tehran's concerns over a Zionist presence near its border. The exercise involved both manned and unnamed aircraft. In mid-October, Tel Aviv's foreign minister Yair Lapid made an assertion that Israel reserves the right to act at any given moment in any way in reference to stopping Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. It says Lapid went as far as to say that it is the state's responsibility since Iran has publicly stated it wants to wipe us out. It says that Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett issued a warning regarding Iran's atomic program at the United Nations General Assembly in September, which was 2 months ago. And continue on with the reading, remarking that it is at a critical point and one step short of weapons-grade material. Since then, President Trump, which is formerly President Trump, pulled us out the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JCPOA, known as the Iranian Nuclear Deal, and slapped sanctions on Tehran. Iran has started to enrich uranium beyond the terms of the deal. President Biden has expressed interest of reviving the deal, but both Washington and Tehran wants the other side to make the first move. Negotiations are stated to resume in Vienna, Austria on November 29th. Which is a couple of weeks away from now. About a good 2.5 weeks. So yeah, Iran was sending a warning to Israel, the IDF, So I'm going to bring out the scripture for this. This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famine and trouble. These are the beginning of sorrows, right? The beginning of sorrows definitely have begun, and it's definitely going to continue to beginning in these last days. And as you see, the nations shall rise against nation. Now, as you see in these two nations that definitely don't get along with each other, which is Iran and which are the Persians, they Elam according to the biblical scriptures, and Israel, which modern day, the Edomites, the IDF over there, these two different groups of nationality, different race of people, they definitely don't get along with each other. As you seeing, they going against each other, verbally, the actions of verbally back at each other's throats, verbally exchange between the two different groups of people. So that let we living in the signs of the times, And I'm gonna bring out another scripture as well too. So to back that up, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, right? Because the second woe is past already. The third woe is definitely coming. It's showing signs of that. Because you got during this whole summer and during this whole fall, and it's getting close to winter. During these whole past couple of months, especially in the whole year 2021, all you've been seeing these nations firing off their missiles, developing hypersonic missiles, the purchases of missiles and nuclear capabilities and everything like that, and joint exercise military drills. You've been seeing that of nations combined together doing the exercise drills. Troops on the ground doing exercise drills, and to preparing for what's coming ahead, potentially, because, we are living in those times. World War III is definitely right around the corner, and you're definitely seeing signs of that in these last days, because, and the nation should rise against nation, as you're seeing it right now, and it's definitely heating up between Iran and Israel. They just waiting for which one is gonna attack each one another. Right now it's just verbally assaults against one another. And it's gonna turn into a nuclear war soon between these two groups of people and two different nationalities and groups of people between Iran and Israel. Even though the United States trying to figure out plans to come with this nuclear deal, Israel is gonna try all its best to stop them from coming with this nuclear deal, because Israel, I believe their general, which is the IDF, their military general, they said Israel was saying Iran poses a threat not only to their country, throughout the whole world, So that lets these are two different nationality groups of people. Definitely they don't get along with each other, and expect more increase of warlike tactics against each other verbally. It's just verbally right now, as I mentioned before, and it's going to turn into a nuclear war very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if it speed up very quickly. Because, the tensions are heating up between these two different groups of people, which is Iran modern day and Israel modern day as well, too. That's when that book of Mark 13:8, to back that scripture up of this news article that I just brought out. And Revelations 11:14, the second woe is past, behold, the third woe coming quickly. In the book Mark 13:8, and that scripture backs it up. of the article that I just brought out of the nation should rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. As you've seen different nations of people going against each other verbally and potentially upcoming actions against each other as well too. You know. So yeah, these are the times that we are living in, and expect to see more increase, heat up tensions between different nations of people in these different countries, and different kingdoms as well too. You're gonna continue to see uproars of the people, more earthquakes in diverse places, and the love of many waxing cold in these last days is going to get worse and worse and worse. It's going to wax more worse and worse. So, these are the signs of the times that we are living in. Expected to see more of these other signs of the times that we are definitely living in, And especially, let me go back to it. And definitely, I just brought this news article out right here, which was reported from RT, and expected to see these two nations bumping heads with each other, verbally assaults, and it's going to turn physical very soon in a warlike tactic. That's when that nation against nation comes in. That second war was passed. We hold a third war coming quickly. And, it's showing signs of that. It's starting to intensify and it's starting to heat up, in these last days, That's why you're seeing a lot of activity going on over there in the Syrian border, in the Lebanon and Syria border over there. You see more activity between the rebel Houthis, which is an Iran-backed military group. The Saudi Arabia coalition continue to send airstrikes over there in that region over there. I guess they're the Houthis. They're trying to control areas over there, and especially going against the government, the Yemen government over there as well too. And the Houthis, I think they had captured some of the. I was reading an article of that as well too. I believe in that region over there in Yemen. I don't know if it's like the northern part of Yemen or the southern part, but I believe the Houthis captured some parts of their area down over there in that region. They have captured some of the Yemen government soldiers, the government soldiers over there, United States saying they warning them to let them go, So that lets you know, this nation should rise against nation and the kingdom against kingdom. And the uproars of the people, it's starting to increase. It's starting to heat up. And especially these different nations are going against each other. And then you got that incident over there in Belarus and Poland, that border crisis over there. You got these two different group of people blaming one another. They putting Russia in the mix, and they trying to impose sanctions against one another, economic sanctions, because they blaming each other false of you bringing in these migrants trying to cross the border in our country and everything like that. So that lets you know more indicators of the signs of the times that we are living in, and more of the nations to rise against nations. And you seeing that throughout the whole planet Earth of these different groups and nationalities or groups of people. You're starting to see that the heat up more and intensify more in these last days. Because for the past couple of weeks, it's definitely been intensifying. And especially this right here between Iran and Israel. And Iran and Israel they warring with each other verbally. And it's going to increase. And then it might be a potential war against these two, because, Israel blaming Iran for uranium, more developing of nuclear capabilities and everything like that. And then you got North Korea and South Korea. You got Russia, China, Iran, like I mentioned, Pakistan, India. You got all these nations got fully military and nuclear capabilities, because they prepare for war just as anything goes down, just like that the South China Sea between Taiwan and China. It kind of died down a little bit now, but expect for that to intensify in the last days. And there was another article I just read too. Russia flying their military aircraft bombs over the Belarus and Poland area over there. Just in case if anything gets out of hand between the border, the in-between borders of Belarus and Poland. The migrant crisis. Because, you got protests over there as well, too. They had some National Day holiday, I believe, So, they was deploying more troops over there for protection over there in the border. So, it's a lot of things going on over there as well, too. So, these are definitely the signs of the times that we are living in. And expected to see more of these things increase in the last days of wars and rumors of wars. That's going to continue to intensify and more increase as well too. The nation against a nation, that's going to intensify. Third world coming quickly, that's starting to heat up and come to pass as well too. Just like the second world, the third world is starting to heat up and it's starting to come as well too, as it's starting to heat up and intensify in these last days. But, I wasn't going to do this lesson too long. So, I just wanted to bring this quick little lesson out because, this article right here caught my attention. Because, the brothers, they had uploaded this article on the group me, our little platform that we have discussions and stuff like that, So, yeah, this article right here caught my attention. So that lets the rumors of wars heating up. The nation, rise against nation, that's heating up as well, too. This third world war is definitely heating up and intensifying, like I mentioned before. The second time and third time as well, too. So, these are the signs of the times that we are living in. So, with that, I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushua Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, Great Millstone, preaching his word, truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. Preaching his word, the elders, apostles, Great Millstone, been preaching his word for 30 plus years and still going strong. And I say shalom to the elders, apostles for that. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word, truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim that be like the speckled bird, preaching his word, truthfully, faithfully, strongly, and sincerely. Until next time, I will say shalom.